some of this stuff in this criminal complaint about child pornography that I can't even say on television. This is a sickening case, and I'll tell you more about it coming up.
A house damaged by a fire, a mother grieving. I'm Lauren Edwards here in Detroit with how you can help the family get through this difficult time.
I'm meteorologist Rich Lubin. Finally, a thaw for southeast Michigan. These are your current numbers, and we're going to get even warmer over the next couple days. We'll check those readings for you just ahead.
Working for you. This is Fox 2 News at 5.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Roop Raj. We begin with a disturbing case involving prominent Metro Detroit professionals arrested on child pornography charges. They include a Detroit area doctor and attorney who are both in federal court today. Let's get live to Fox 2's Charlie Langton in Detroit with the new details. And Charlie, I think you said it in the tease. Some of these details are so sickening, so gross, they're hard to even repeat.
Yeah, in fact, I can't even say some of this stuff on television. I'm holding up 3 of the criminal complaints against 3 very prominent, a doctor, a lawyer, and a psychotherapist, all from the Metro Detroit area. But they got caught up in an FBI sting that actually got them arrested in Toledo. And what they found when they raided their houses, 155 images of child porn, including movies and pictures of the most disgusting things that you really can think of. And there may very well be more. Now, 2 of the 3 were in court today, in federal court behind me, for what's called a detention hearing, meaning that the feds thought these people were so bad they should be denied bond. One of them said, okay, I'll stay in jail. The other one said, let's have a hearing. The judge said, no, you're staying in jail. Why? In part because some of the bad stuff that came out, including this. Take a look. According to the criminal complaint, encrypted phone messages showed 45-year-old Joshua Ronnebaum was an English teacher in Japan who invited 10 and 12-year-olds to get naked with him and play with their, well, you get the message. The FBI seized his phone, which showed 155 images, including a toddler being sexually molested by an adult man, and numerous conversations discussing his sexual interest in children. And then Jeremy Brian Tacom, 51 years old, who lived at the same Palmer Woods address with Ronnebaum. The FBI seized his phone that contained an exchange with an undercover agent, something like this. Wish we could find a kiddo and have our way. Take him to a motel and molest him. F yes, brother. Are you free tomorrow? Any more clips? 6 additional clips were sent showing an adult man sexually assaulting a toddler. And finally, Lincoln Erickson. Dr. Erickson is a medical doctor who lives in Farmington Hills. The complaint indicates that he's currently on probation for domestic violence for an incident in 2024. His phone indicates he discussed plans to travel to Thailand to sexually abuse children, and the details about his friend, who is a father to a 3-year-old who Erickson allegedly sexually abused, forcing the 3-year-old to perform a sex act. Now, one of the attorneys, Joshua Zuitke, representing one of the defendants here, said, don't prejudge the evidence. A lot more will come out, and we expect that to come out. However, these are criminal complaints. I understand that there's a grand jury that may very well come down with indictments, and if they do, there could be more charges than what's actually in here. One last thing. Child pornography is kind of general. One of the charges in here, if convicted, the maximum is 20 years in prison. But there is a minimum sentence of 5 years. And for these 3 prominent people with no criminal record, a minimum sentence, if they're convicted, they're innocent now, would land them in prison for a minimum of 5 years. Stay tuned, as we say. I'm live outside the federal courthouse. Roop, I'll send it back to you.
Yeah, that was a lot to take in and to hear, and so I'm just trying to be clear about this. How much of it was child porn and how much of it was actually action that was done against children?
All right, excellent question. I want to clarify that. I'm glad you mentioned that. This is only child porn. The possession, the receipt of child pornography, the pictures. There's nothing in here where these 3 actually molested children. That would be a completely different charge and up to life in prison. That's not what we have here, just the possession of child pornography. Roop?
Nonetheless, extremely disturbing and very, very consequential should these be correct allegations here. So we'll be watching this, obviously, very carefully and watch as this judicial process takes place. Charlie Langton for us live tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, a busy morning for firefighters on Detroit's east side as crews battled several blazes in bone-chilling temperatures. In one case, a fire spread to 5 houses on Dwyer near 7 Mile and Mound. Another fire on Ashland near Kirchville left a family with 15 kids without a place to live. Thankfully there, nobody was hurt. Let's get live to Fox News' Lauren Edwards. She's in Detroit. And Lauren, a tough situation for anyone to be in, especially right before the holidays and in these bone-chilling temperatures.
Roop, absolutely a tough situation. We spoke with the mom, and she said waking up this morning, her family of 17, which they had 15 kids, to flames engulfing their home is not something they expected at all. They are now staying with others and are eventually going to be looking for temporary housing, but an all-around difficult time for them. Let's take a look at the scene from much earlier today. Now, this is their home on Ashland Street in Detroit. Fire crews working the scene, trying to put out the fire. Detroit police say around 3 a.m. a fire broke out on the second floor of the home. No word yet on a cause. Adrienne Marlowe, the mom, says her first thoughts were getting her 15 kids out of the house, which she and the father did safely, and they're now staying with the older sister. The kids are. In the meantime, Marlowe set up a GoFundMe. She says all of their necessities and precious mementos are gone.
All the kids' clothes, beds, like everything we own was upstairs, like all the kids' stuff, like everything. Whatever they can help with to help me get back started, because like we lost everything on the first floor, me and the kids, like whatever they can give me to help us get back started. And like around Christmas time, like we have nothing.
So no word just yet on a cause, but again, she did set up that GoFundMe. So if you would want more information on that, just head to fox2detroit.com. Link and information is posted. Reporting live here in Detroit, Lauren Edwards, Fox 2 News.
Yeah, as you say, there's no word on a cause yet, but we know during this time, so many people are trying to heat their homes, and perhaps there's a risk of more fires like this from happening. People should keep in mind, if you have to do that, there are resources available like the Heat and Warmth Fund or Thaw to help keep the heat on.
You know, and honestly, Roop, it's understandable when so many people say it's so cold out, we have to put on our stove. I'm not saying that happened here, or you know that they have to use space heaters, but please, I can't stress enough, we have to be careful with that. And the fire department has so many resources to help people so that you do not have to bear these months, you know, gritting your teeth and shivering.
Yeah, as we say, we don't know that that was the case in this situation, but we know we're hearing of so many fires and situations like that, so something to keep in mind. Lauren Edwards for us live tonight. Thank you. Now to a news alert in Oakland County, where health officials have confirmed a case of measles there, and we're told other people may have been exposed. Officials say the sick child was at the emergency department at DMC Huron Valley Sinai Hospital in Commerce Township on December 7th. Those who visited between 7:20 and 11:10 that night, that evening, may have been exposed and should keep an eye out for symptoms. Another cold day across Metro Detroit, but temperatures are on their way up. That is great news. Weather Authority Rich Luderman here now with a look at our forecast. Rich, let's melt some of that snow, at least for a little while.
Our thaw is underway, Roop. A lot of us are between 10 and 15 degrees warmer now than what we were yesterday. Here are the actual numbers. 33 for us, 34 in Lansing. Still chilly up there for Port Huron and for Bad Axe, near 30 degrees. And there is still a breeze, so we do have wind chills in spots down near 20. How about some live pictures right here in Southfield? You can see it's all quiet, and it'll stay quiet for the rest of tonight. As we get down to 29, clearly not as harsh for the rest of tonight. And then here's a peek at what's coming up. Even milder numbers tomorrow and especially Thursday with some wet weather. Now there could be some icy roadways late Thursday night. We'll talk about it, Roop, and check the 7-day for you coming up in 10.
All right, Rich, thank you. A fun night of hockey ahead on Fox 2. The Red Wings are home, ready to face the New York Islanders. Fox 2's Dan Miller joins us live from Little Caesars Arena to preview tonight's game. And Dan, a lot of hope.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And Roop, we love this relationship with the Red Wings where we're able to bring you these games tonight. It'll be the Wings taking on the Islanders on that ice behind me down at LCA. Look, it's a matchup of two hot teams. The Wings are coming off a really nice road trip. Islanders come in with 3 straight wins. But as for this game specifically, the Wings understand what kind of challenge this will be. They've faced New York twice this year. Lost once 7-2, lost the other game 5-0. So the head coach knows they have to come out fast.
The first thing we have to do, and there's no reason why we shouldn't be thinking that they're a really good hockey club after the licking they laid on us the last 2 times, is understand they play a very structured game all over the rink, both offensively and defensively. And if you get loose, they have guys that will make you pay for that. And we saw it not necessarily in the first game. We weren't any good in the first game, but the second one I thought we came to play, and all of a sudden you're down and you're chasing it, and they play well enough defensively. So just understanding and respecting how good that team is will give us a head start on where we've been the other 2 games against them.
So here we go. Wings and Islanders coming up on Fox 2. Our pregame show gets underway at 6 o'clock. Wojo, Birchie, and Hammer are going to join me for that one. They will drop the puck just after 7, and you will see the entire game right here on Fox 2 tonight. Wings and Islanders. Wings trying to stay hot. They had a 6-game road trip, got 9 of a possible 12 points, so feeling very good about that. And you got to keep pace because it is tight in the East right now. Not much separating those teams. More coming up when we see you in sports. That'll do it from here. We'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, Dan, we'll see you later on this hour. And obviously the fans are going to have a huge part in this. And we know Detroit fans, they show up.
Oh, listen, this place, in particular when you're coming off a road trip like that, it is not easy to go out west and win games. These fans will be fired up tonight. They'll be ready to go, in particular because they also know what the Islanders have done to the Wings in the 2 previous games this year. So this is going to be a big night.
Yeah, we're excited for it right here on Fox 2. Dan Miller for us live tonight. Good stuff. Thank you. Well, still ahead, a new brick-and-mortar business opens up in Detroit, setting a milestone for the Motor City Match program, how it aims to improve financial literacy in the community and help entrepreneurs. Also tonight.
An East Point resident upset, calling for justice after she says live animals were used in a nativity scene at this church right behind me.
I don't